Hello guys, today I'm going to cover one of the most confusing topics. As you can see from the title of the video, it's all about present simple versus present continuous. Believe me or not, but this is a nightmare of students with beginner or pre-intermediate level skills. And even if you have a good level of English, it would be a great opportunity for you to review these two bewildering topics. Anyway, I'm going to show you basic insights into these two tenses. Then we are going to compare them, and of course I'm going to give you a lot of examples. So, my name is David. Welcome to David the Teacher, and let's get it started. Initially, we should understand the main ideas of these two tenses. And the main idea of present simple is permanency. And the permanency means staying the same or continuing for a long time. For example, dog barks. It's a fact. Dogs bark. But cat meows. People breath. I work. I live in an apartment. So, as you see, all these examples included the idea of permanency. However, the present continuous describes a different matter. The main idea of it is temporareness. Temporareness, which means the state or quality of lasting only for a short time. In other words, something that is not permanent. So, the opposite of permanency. For example, I am calling him. I am calling him. He is running. He is running. She is studying English. She is studying English. So, these three sentences describe temporareness, something that lasts for a short time. I'm calling him, but I will stop calling him soon, maybe in a minute. He is running, but he will stop running, maybe in an hour, but now he is in the process of running. I hope it's clear, but if you have any questions, please leave them in the comment section below and I will respond to you as soon as possible. Alright, let's just figure out when we use present simple and present continuous. I'd like to start with present simple, so when do we use it? First, when we describe something that is either a fact or generally true. For example, it doesn't work when you tickle yourself. It doesn't work when you tickle yourself. But if somebody tickles you, you start laughing as never before. But if somebody tickles you, you start laughing as never before. The Mona Lisa has no eyebrows. Did you know that? I've actually never noticed, but anyway, the Mona Lisa has no eyebrows. Now, one more cool fact for you guys. Rhythm is the longest English word without a vowel. Do you see? There is no vowel in a word. Rhythm is the longest English word without a vowel. So, I used present simple to describe present facts and things that are generally true. Secondly, we also use the present simple tense to describe repeated actions. I mean something that we do every day, every week, every month, every year. It can be your habit or a daily event or a scheduled event or something that often happens. For example, we go on a trip to Europe at New Year's, which means during the few days around the holiday, we are traveling across Europe every year. Okay? We do it every year. So it is something that often happens. The next example is I play football. I play football. And this one actually describes my habit. We usually start the workday with briefing. We usually start the workday with briefing. It describes a daily event, something that happens, usually before people start working. And the last case, when we usually use present simple, is scheduled events. Scheduled events. Shortly, if you describe a timetable, you want to use the present simple tense. The plane takes off at 4 p.m. The plane takes off at 4 p.m. The bus usually arrives at 8:15. The bus usually arrives at 8:15. And it's common to use with present simple words like usually, always, often, sometimes, once in a while, occasionally, hardly ever, never, rarely, constantly, frequently. But please don't rely on them if you are preparing for an exam, because these words can be used with other verb tenses as well. For instance, we can use those words with the present continuous to talk about habits. For example, he is always arriving late. You see, he is always arriving late. Or he is usually video calling me. If you want to learn some more ways to talk about habits, please check my other video. It contains a lot of structures to describe someone's habits. Anyways, my tip is try to analyze the context and get the meaning of it. I mean, does it describe the scheduled event or present facts, maybe generalization, habits, or repeated actions? If so, use the present simple. Now, let's move to the present continuous. I already mentioned that it describes temporary actions, and the most well-known usage of it is to describe something that happens now. For example, I am talking. I am wearing white shirt. I am sitting. And you are listening. We also use the present continuous to describe temporary actions. In this case, actions can be longer but still temporary. For example, you are studying English. She's living in London. You are studying English doesn't mean that you are studying it now. No. It means you are in the process of learning it temporarily. So sometime later, you are planning to stop learning English. Maybe in a month, maybe in 3 months. This is actually the case that confuses students, and they mix it up with present simple. Therefore, we are going to come back and discuss it once again. Lastly, we use present continuous to describe future plans. These are arrangements, plans that have already been made, or plans that involve other people, like meetings, conference, doctor or dentist appointments, and so on. For example, I'm meeting with Clara tonight. I'm meeting with Clara tonight. I'm seeing my girlfriend tomorrow at Brown's. I'm seeing my girlfriend tomorrow at Brown's. As you see, I've used the present continuous to describe something that is going to happen. Also, keep in mind that we usually use present continuous to describe something that is going to happen in the near future, which is very important. And if you are planning to do something in 2 months, 6 months, or a year, it's better to use to be going to. Also, I'd like to note that we use with present continuous expressions like now, at the moment, currently, this month, today, this morning, this afternoon, or this evening. Now, I'd like to discuss some confusing moments. Let's start with easy comparison. For example, I am working. I am working, or I work, where I used present simple. The first sentence describes that the speaker is in the process of working. However, I work means that I am not an unemployed person and I do have a job. Let me give you one more example. I am running now. I am running now. Of course, I'm not running, and obviously I'm sitting in front of you, but it's just for sake of the example. Or I always run. I always run. The difference here is obvious. The first sentence shows the process that will end soon, but the second sentence shows a habit or a hobby of a person. Now, let's make it a little harder. She's studying physics to become a scientist. She is studying physics to become a scientist. Or she studies physics. She studies physics. These two sentences are actually very confusing, aren't they? So, the description of the first sentence is the process of studying physics is temporary. Something that will not last long, and that person will stop studying physics. However, the second sentence again indicates a habit or hobby of a person. Let's make it more challenging. I am not working right now and I don't work. The first sentence describes that the speaker is unemployed currently, and the expression right now here doesn't mean something that is happening at this very moment. No, it means the speaker currently is not working, but either he is looking for a job or just relaxing for a while. However, the second sentence, I don't work, describes the permanent state of a speaker and indicates the long state because of either his choice or any other different reason. Now, about the future. Present simple may describe the future actions if only the idea somehow related to timetable. But the present continuous describes the plan, usually involving other people or happening because of the intention of a subject. And I still want you to remember that we usually use it to describe plans that will happen in the near future. So, now the examples. I'm attending the meeting this afternoon. I am attending the meeting this afternoon. I have a meeting at 5 p.m. I have a meeting at 5 p.m. The first sentence, I'm attending the meeting this afternoon, obviously indicates the near future, this afternoon, right? But I have a meeting at 5 p.m. shows that the person who started the meeting didn't actually need the answer of our speaker, who is also the subject of a sentence, and started the meeting for a particular group of people. So it means that it is not an arrangement. And the expression at 5 p.m. indicates the timetable. So it's not about near future. Here we are trying to focus on the schedule. The next one is I'm meeting with Joy today. I am meeting with Joy today, which means the speaker somehow contacted Joy and they agreed to meet. So two people arranged a meeting. But I meet with Joy at 4 is a scheduled event. So guys, this is the end, and shortly in this video I explained the difference between present simple and present continuous. I gave you a lot of examples and tried to explain the usage of these two verb tenses according to the sentences. I hope I helped you to understand their difference and the usage. If so, go to the description below and do the exercises that I made for you. By the way, I'll add the answer key, so you may find it on the second page, and after finishing doing and checking your answers, please share your results with us in the comment section below. And if the lesson was helpful, please subscribe, like and hit the bell button. And of course, I'm going to see you in the next one. Have a nice day. Bye bye.